we have Soenke Ziesche. He holds a PhD in natural sciences from the University of Hamburg, where he received, which he received within a doctoral program in artificial intelligence. He has worked since 2000 for the United Nations in the humanitarian, recovery, and sustainable development fields, as well as in data and information management. He is currently a consultant for disaster information management, as well as for AI, and based in New York.
Yes, thank you very much for the introduction. What I would like to do is to link two topics which I believe are useful to link but have not been linked before. This would be digital minds and artificial moral agents. And digital minds could be also called then moral patients for this purpose. If there are digital minds which are moral patients, this would be an overwhelming, if not impossible, task for humans to care for those digital minds, either now or in the future, near future, because there are various issues for humans to why they couldn't necessarily fully comprehend the needs of digital minds, which would be related due to communication, observation, knowledge, and resource limitations. It could be a massive and potentially overwhelming task for humans. So my idea is to look at specialized and trusted AMAs, which are artificial moral agents, to take on this moral responsibility, or at least to outsource it partly to them. What are briefly an introduction related to moral agents? Moral agents have moral obligations governed by moral standards. This is super brief. And for a long time, moral agents have been only discussed in the biological world, meaning that most adult humans are considered to be moral agents and have the capacities and duties, apart from humans in a coma or really very mentally disturbed adult humans. But otherwise, this is the group of moral agents we have known for centuries. In the light of emerging technologies, talks came up to, or ideas came up to talk about AMAs. And one definition would be an AMA is a virtual agent, a software or a physical agent, a robot, which is capable of engaging in moral behavior. This would be something really new. But so far, this has been discussed only to moral patients in the biological world, mostly related to humans. And this would be for self-driving cars, for instance, or robots related to elder care, or chatbots related to elder care. There are very few examples where AMAs have been discussed related to non-human animals as moral patients. Examples would be robot vacuum cleaners, which look after insects, or at least bigger insects. But this is also has been, as far as I know, hardly discussed, let alone it has been discussed to have artificial moral agents dealing with digital minds. And this is what I wanted to suggest here and introduce. I see that there are plenty of opportunities, but I will also come to challenges. If you think of specialized and trusted AMAs to care for digital minds as moral patients, they are likely or could be in the position to better understand those needs and to care for them, because they may be much smarter than us. So, and the benefit would be that this would lessen the moral responsibilities for humans, which, as I said in the beginning, could be an overwhelming task. Further related points are that humans, when it comes to the public perception, most, perhaps outside this room, if you walk out in the streets here, hardly anybody has concerns about digital minds or has heard about them. So the public perception is rather not there. And if it is there, it could be the case that they are not impartial, because there could be preferences that humans would prefer companion AIs and would rather care for them than for NPCs, for example. So a benefit would be that AMAs could be, if it works, more objective than humans. Another issue is the subjective rate of time. It is likely that digital minds run on a much faster time than humans, so it may not be possible for humans, even if they wanted to catch up with all the needs of digital minds. AMAs, in contrast, may run on the same speed or similar speeds, so this is another opportunity that they are actually time-wise more suitable to deal with digital minds. And the last point is another idea, because actually the whole field of AI welfare currently hinges on the major challenge that it hasn't been proven that digital minds exist in the sense that they are moral patients. This is still pending, and perhaps it could be even imagined that specialized AMAs could provide this very first proof that there are digital minds because they are more intelligent, and this would be another field to look at. These were a couple of opportunities. Obviously, there are challenges, because I talked about specialized and trusted AMAs. The first challenge would be actually to create such AMAs. There, as I said, so far the research is focused on AMAs for humans and to some extent non-human animals related, as I said, to certain robots and chatbots. But it has to be also widened, this field, to look at AMAs which are specialized to deal with digital minds and who have the knowledge and capabilities and the willingness to do so. And then obviously the trust is an issue which is linked to the AI value alignment problem, in a sense that we don't know if these AMAs really do what we want them to do, and even if they pretend to do so for a while, there may be a treacherous turn and then they change their mind again. So these are challenges. But despite these challenges, I think there are quite some opportunities I have introduced. And perhaps one interesting question to finish is what it could be looked at, whether AMAs necessarily have to be digital patients themselves, or whether there could be moral agents which are not digital moral patients. This is something which has not been, so far doesn't exist, because so far the moral agents are adult humans who are at the same time moral patients. So this would be perhaps another interesting question to look at, if you could imagine AMAs which are not moral patients themselves. But either way, this is my idea to link AMAs with digital minds. Thank you very much.